welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how pretty much my updated full coverage flawless foundation routine. This is what I did for my best friend's wedding this past weekend. I felt like I got a lot of compliments on it, so I just thought it would be nice to just show you guys how I got it and what I did to achieve this look, this nice and glowy look. And if you just want to learn how to get this look, then just keep on watching. Thank you. Bye. Alright, so to get started, we are going to prep our skin, and we're going to start that off with the Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. I've used this guy in a few of my other videos. I love him. It just helps to kind of give your face a nice refresh and hydration. I've already washed my face and cleansed it and moisturized it and everything, but that was a few hours ago, so this is just kind of give it a little bit of life after I already did all of that. Alright, so we're going to let that soak into the skin, and then we are going to use two different primers today. The first one is going to be this Clinique Redness solution, and then the second one is going to be this Makeup Forever Step 1 in the Hydrating base. It just looks like that. I use two different ones because since this is going to be for a flawless foundation routine, I tend to get red myself a lot. I just am very prone to getting red. It's nothing to do with rosacea or anything. It's just I have very sensitive skin and it just goes crazy sometimes. Also, since I pretty much wore this look at a wedding, so I'm just recreating the look I wore to my best friend's wedding. Pretty much what I did for her as well when I did her makeup. At these holiday parties or weddings or New Year's Eve or events, you have a drink or two or something, and I'm someone that is prone to getting very rosy from that. So I just start off with the Redness solution, and it makes my skin red as I rub it in because it's so sensitive. But it really does help to counteract the redness that you get naturally. And this one is the Makeup Forever Hydrating base. I have pretty dry skin, especially in the winter, so this is really, really nice to help give some moisture and life to my skin and also help the makeup last longer that we're going to put on. Especially if you're going, like I said, doing an event, you want your makeup to last all night. And what was really, really nice about this routine that I did for the day of the wedding, I think I did my makeup at about 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and it lasted literally all day, through pictures, through running around, through the wedding, through dancing. It lasted forever. So this is really nice for that. So the foundation that I'm going to use is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I mentioned this in my last video. I actually just showed it. I didn't mention the name. I was so excited I just couldn't even say the name. So this is in the color Warm Nude, and this is a nice full coverage foundation. It's very natural looking though, which is what I love about it. I don't feel cakey with it on. It just looks very, very nice and has wonderful coverage, and you don't feel like you have a ton of makeup on. Like I was saying before in my other video about my favorites, one of the reasons why I love this is because it does feel so natural. Whereas my other foundations that are full coverage, I feel like I can tell that they're there, and when I use this one, it's just very lightweight but very good coverage. So we're going to go ahead and take a damp beauty blender, and we're going to blend this all in. So you're going to pat that on. You're going to take it up around your ear, down your neck. I wouldn't be put it all over your ear, but sometimes it helps just to help the blending process and help it all look cohesive. So next I'm going to be going in with this BECCA. It is an under eye brightening corrector. So it has this nice salmony peach color to it, which this is really going to help counteract the dark circles under eyes. And what is really, really nice about this stuff is that it acts as a nice little primer for your concealer. You don't have to have a primer for your concealer. Obviously, you already put foundation and primer on, but this just helps even better with creasing and everything. And then also one nice thing about this guy specifically is that it has a nice reflect to it, so it really, really helps with brightening your under eye. So you guys can actually kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just patting it in. I don't want to swipe it. First off, the skin under your eyes is very sensitive. It's like a lot thinner and everything, so you don't want to get too crazy with swiping and being too harsh with it. And just patting it in helps blend it without removing the foundation and primer that you had there before. So then I'm going to go in with this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the color NC20. The one thing I love about this guy is I keep like referring to them as like she and he, pronouns. It really like does not crease. And I also use it as a primer for your eyes. So it's a multi-use product, which is amazing. And it's like a really good primer. It's not just like, oh, you can use it because you want to. Like, it's actually very nice. Alright, so then you're just going to go and blend it out with your damp beauty blender. Alright, so now that you went in with that concealer, you're going next. Next, we're going to go in with this MAC Prep and Prime. This is pretty much just a lightening one. It's supposed to help highlight. I am just going to go ahead and put this in the center of my forehead. Right there, a little bit on the tops of the cheekbones just to help out with that Cupid's bow, chin, all that fun stuff. And we are just going to go ahead and blend that out again with the Beauty Blender. The whole purpose of contouring and highlighting, which is obviously the first step, is just to create shadows and dimension to your face. So this is really, really going to help with that. This is something that I do in my everyday routine, not just for getting ready for like an event or something. It just looks really, really nice. I feel like it has a very nice effect. It really like brings up your cheekbones and everything like that. So I think this is a step that should happen all the time. So then before we get into like setting any of this makeup, we are going to bronze with a this is like a cream bronzer. This is the Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. This is one of my favorite products that I have bought recently. It is so wonderful. Now granted, it's pricey, obviously it's Chanel. I don't regret buying it, I will tell you that, but it just looks like this. I mean, it looks like I haven't used it at all, but it's just like, it's pretty dense. But it is so nice for getting like a natural bronze to your face. I'm pale, but I love bronzer and I love like warming my face up. So this is really wonderful. For that, a good dupe though is the Sonia Kashuk cream bronzer as well that they just sell at Target. So I'm going to take this angled or soft angled contour brush by Sigma. This is an F23. I just recently picked this guy up. Obsessed. So you're just going to go ahead and tap that in. And then you are going to start and you're going to place it. You're going to place like the first pat on the side because that's where you want it to be the darkest. You don't want to do it here because you want it to fade nicely. So we are just going to start at the sides with our temples and just kind of work it down. And you can already see it's like just creating that nice little shadow right there. And trust me, we're going to go in with more bronzer and everything. But this is just a nice way to start out the base. Then, before I just move on to this side, we are going to just get the temples. And then under your jawline and chin. This is just going to create a nice like sharp shadow that's like making that cheekbone stick out real nice. And as you can see, it's already like warmed my face up a ton so it's not so flat. After you have this on, so you put all your creams on. So you never want to put a cream over powder. So I like to just get it all out of the way and then go back and set it all. So we are going to go in with this Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. And I am going to go in this yellow shade and this pinkier shade right here with this Sigma tapered face brush. Any, like, really any brush will do. That can at least like fit in like the contours right there. So I just like to mix them, tap off the excess. And this is just going to help with creasing to make sure that it doesn't get all crazy under your eyes throughout the day. You know, you're going to be taking pics, you're going to be getting, like, you're hot, you're around people all the time when you're at holiday parties or weddings or whatever. So you just got to set all this stuff. Okay, so then before I go in to set my contour, my bronzer, and all that fun stuff, I am going to go in with this Maybelline Fit Me just face powder. This is just nice to go in and set the foundation with. So although I'm going to be putting a bunch of powders on anyway, I still like to go in with this because it just helps with the whole blending process. I put like a specific powder on certain parts of my face, but this is just good to help set it all and help because powders blend easier with other powders. So once I'm doing my bronzer and everything, it's going to be kind of hard once it's trying to blend with a cream. So it's really, really nice to have this to just help with the whole process, make it a little bit easier, make it so it's not patchy or anything like that. So then we're going to go back into this Shade and Light palette, and I am going to go back in with an angled brush. The one thing that's nice about this brush is I feel like I can use powder and cream with it in the same time. Like, it's really not that hard to do. So I'm going to go in with this cooler toned powder, and I am just going to tap the excess off, and I am just going to do a little bit right here. I like love emphasizing my cheekbones, and this is a really, really good way to do it. A lot of the time people like are like, oh yeah, put your powder, like make the kissy face, and that's where you put it. I like to put it a little bit above that because when you blend, it's going to blend down, and I just feel like it creates like a nice sharper contour right there. And then I kind of go and I blend it out a bit with this big old powder brush. Well, it's a bronzing brush from Marc Jacobs. And then I'm going to go in with my MAC 135 brush into this more bronzy color, tap off the excess, and just warm up the cheekbones. Really quick, this is a nice little trick that I like to do if I ever feel like I get really messy with my bronzer or anything. So there is this brush. This is from Morphe. A lot of brands are starting to make brushes like this, but I just recommend Morphe. They're a bit cheaper. They're really cheap. I think this was probably like $7 or $8, but they're really, really good quality. So it is just, this is called the M459 brush. I think it's just like a flat definer brush. I don't know, but for your face. So I like to go in with this yellow contour powder. You can go in with like an actual loose powder if you want to, but I just think this is kind of neat. Nice and easy. So this brush is actually supposed to be for contouring and creating a nice like sharp line right there, but I don't like my contour line to be that harsh. But if I want to clean it up a bit, you can go and you can kind of create that line, and then you just blend it down. And you see, like, it's just like wha-bam. I think sometimes it's a little bit harder to blend out the darker shades, so it's kind of easier to go and sharpen it up with the lighter shades. Then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to finish my eyes and everything, and then we'll come back and we will finish up with blush and highlighter and all that fun stuff. Alright, so welcome back. So I had a little bit of a mishap, and I like even finished the video and everything. It had to do with these darned false eyelashes and darned eyeliner, and I just couldn't, like, it looked insane. So I'm just going to pretty much repeat the steps because I always don't mind putting more blush and highlighter on. So, for blush, what I use and what I'm just going to put back on is this Milani Baked Blush. It is in the color Luminoso. It doesn't really look like much, but as you can see, I already put some on, so this is going to be just add a little more. It is just a really beautiful and nice, like, peachy toned blush. I'm the kind of person, like, I don't really like to put blush like on the apples of my cheeks. I more like to do it like kind of going back, just like things like bronzer, because I'm a weirdo. I just feel like it looks really nice, and I don't know, I just I'm just weird. So after that, I'm going to go back in with my BECCA highlighter. This is in the color Champagne Pop that they collaborated with Jaclyn Hill on. And I'm just going to pop a little more highlighter on, because you can always use more, because I love highlighter. What I like to do for events is add highlighter also to my my shoulder and my collarbone, because as it's a little pop if I'm like wearing like a sleeveless, strapless, one shoulder dress kind of deal. And then what I also like to do, which I kind of actually forgot to do in the first take that I did of this fun filled video, I like to take my highlighter and pop it on the inner tear duct, and just create a nice little like glow going on right there. And then what I'm going to do, because I obviously added a crap ton, just kind of blend it out with big old powder brush. And there you have it. Oh, and then the lipstick that I used this lip liner to start off with. This is the Too Faced Perfect Lips lip liner in Nude. It is my favorite lip liner. I use it so much. And then I went in and I'll try to apply this. This is the Dose of Colors lipstick in the color Poise. It is just this like beautiful peachy color. And that is how I get this foundation full coverage look. I hope you guys learned a lot from this. I tried to explain techniques a little bit more and why I'm doing certain things. If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to come back and see more of my videos, just please subscribe. And I will just see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.